Hey guys, welcome to the Skill Center. My name is Nate Brody, as you guys should know. Um, this is going to be a PowerPoint presentation on outlining constitutional structures. Today is September 27th, so we're a couple of weeks away from the midterm, and the midterm is going to be on justiciability, the justiciability doctrine. So, um, with this PowerPoint slide today, or this presentation today, is going to show us how to organize the material and what an outline should start looking like and how we should start thinking about the doctrine so we can prepare for the midterm. So let's get started. Okay, well, this is constitutional structures outlining, the first half of the class. So again, the midterm is going to be on just justiciability limits or justiciability doctrine. So that's what this presentation is going to be more focused on, just what this means. Okay, so where are we at in the class? Well, in outlining for justiciability, we have all these concepts. We have, I think, 13 different concepts that I just want to copy and paste in the outline and just put right here in the slide. So we can see we've heard all these terms, but we don't really understand how these terms kind of relate to each other. So that's kind of what this presentation is going to do. First, we're going to kind of see how we can make this information more manageable in a way so it can help us in our study aid and eventually on the midterm. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna organize the information. I'm gonna show you a couple of tips on how to do that. The second thing we're gonna do is kind of put things together and so we understand what it all means. Because that's the problem. Now we have the information, we got to know, well, what does it mean? And third, we're going to put everything together. We're going to, or after organizing the information, we're going to put meanings to words within that organization, and then we're going to put it all together to have an overall outline. And hopefully, easier. This will be a nice, easy place where you can have all the source material in one place, and it can trigger your memory. So when you are doing the exam, you have all the information in one place. All right. So step one is organizing the information. So the way to do that is to use your syllabus and your casebook. Now, when I say use the casebook, you should be using the table of contents. And when you look at the syllabus, you should look at the headings on the syllabus and see how it's structured. This is how both the casebook and the syllabus are structured. As you can see, justiciability is the overall concept, and there are five concepts under it. There's prohibition against advisory opinions. There's standing, and standing has two sub concepts in it. We have ripeness, mootness, and a political question doctrine. So from this point, this is how the information is now organized, both on the syllabus and the casebook. So this should start giving you a better understanding of how the information works together. For something to be justiciable, it has to fulfill all these requirements. So now for our example for outlining, we are going to look at the standing part of it. And we're going to look at both the constitutional requirements and the prudential requirements and see how best to outline just these pieces of it. Well, first, as we remember, constitutional standing is required by Article 3 of the Constitution, and it's only triggered by, can only be changed by a constitutional amendment. Pardon me. And then you have prudential standing, which, as I actually see, it's a little smaller. Court self-imposed can be changed by acts of Congress, such as legislation. Congress can pass a law to change some of the prudential standings, but they can't do that to change constitutional standing. They'd have to make a constitutional amendment. So, um, since now we know how the information appears on the casebook, now let's insert some cases and definitions. So first, I'm going to look at the constitutional standing requirement and the three: injury in fact, causation, and redressability. So here is a sample outline of what just a general outline should look like. Now, first you'll have the constitutional standing requirements required by the Constitution. Then you'll have injury in fact. And you see next to injury in fact, I have a line next to it. That line is for you to put the definition of what an injury in fact is and any other exceptions or anything else. That's where you define what an injury in fact is. under that, you'll see where it says cases. Now, this is just literally a copy and paste from the syllabus. These are the cases that were listed under injury in fact on the syllabus. Same thing for causation, copy and paste from the syllabus, and under it, where examples for causation could be, and the same thing for reducibility. But even in between pages 66 and 67, there are cases there. I just didn't write them out, but I just wanted to really take a copy and paste from the syllabus to show you how this outline is starting to come together. When you turn the next page is prudential standing requirements. Remember, there are two. It was constitutional, now we're doing prudential. Again, we have third-party standing, the cases from this, and these are copy and paste from the syllabus. Generalized grievances, the same exact concept, copy and paste from the syllabus. And again, so now putting things together, you start seeing that the outline is gotten very much condensed, the information. Now we know what things mean, what cases illustrate those points. And I would also, for cases that I'm not familiar with, I would actually put maybe one or two sentences about what point the case illustrates, whether it was standing was found, whether it was not, and then why the court found didn't follow or didn't find standing. But remember, it has to be very, very, very brief, because this is supposed to be a snapshot for when you look at this, you can understand what the principles are from just looking at the page. And it's good to have the page numbers up there also, so if you do have your book handy, you can go directly to the book and reread the case, or look at some of the principles again on your own. So that's why, if you look at this, and again, this is just literally copying and pasting information from the syllabus and organizing it in this particular way. So now step 3 was putting it all together. So how do we do that? Well, as you can see, the first thing is prohibition against advisory opinions. There's a rule, and then what cases apply. You can, again, copy that directly from the syllabus, and then you can massage it as you want. Standing. Standing has two constitutional standing and prudential standing requirements. And as you can see, for everything that's required under each subsection, you have rules, cases that apply, rules, cases that apply, rules, cases that apply. Same thing. Now, for the other 3 justiciability doctrines, rightness, mootness, political question, it's the same process. The rule, cases that apply, rule, cases that apply, rule, cases that apply. And again, with rule, you should also add the exceptions. For some cases that you may not be familiar with, you should also add a short blurb about what the case is, what principle the case is talking about. So again, this final page is just a skeleton outline. Hopefully, they'll be able to give you an idea of how you'd want to present your outline and show you how the course is now organized, so you can have a better understanding of what how the doctrine all looks together, or what it means together. Now, I want to go back, I want to end with this slide, because again, this is how things are organized. But as you can see, this literally is just going to the casebook and the syllabus and looking to see where things are at, how things were organized within both the syllabus and casebook. And this gives us our skeleton of our outline. And from this, and we go to this. Listen, thanks again for listening. My name is Nate. You can email me if you have any questions, and I will be hopefully speaking to you soon.